The Cube. Right off the top, we don't really have a lot to go off of outside of a couple trailers and a few interviews with the developers of this game. Maybe I'm coping too hard that I want the Cube to succeed, but that's why I'm making this video. I just can't bring myself to return back to Destiny. I've been wanting a new looter shooter on the scale of Destiny. And the Cube? Well, it's something new and fresh, and it is looking like a great option. We're changing things up here on the channel for news videos. More focus, covering one news story at a time, or maybe covering a game that I'm really interested in. I want to be able to share more detail on that topic and more insight. Also, I think I'll be talking more about games that I'm actually interested in and will most likely play at some point if I'm not already playing it. I'm a bit of a variety gamer, so I'll mostly be sticking to FPSs, RPGs, and MMOs. Anyhow, I'd love it if you shared in the comments what you think of this new direction for the channel. As usual, all news article source for this video will be linked down in the description below. Like, sub, do all the YouTube stuff. Your support is greatly appreciated. Let's get into it. Let's start with a disclaimer. I haven't touched Destiny 2 since February of 2023. And those playtime hours on Steam are just part of the story, by the way. I went hard on Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, even before Destiny 2 came over to Steam, because there was no other game that captured the sort of MMO looter shooter like the Destiny franchise did. Destiny 2 had a staggered release, September 5th on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, followed by a release on PC October 24th, all in the same year of 2017. It eventually made it over to PlayStation 5, Xbox X, and Series S on December 8th, 2020. The sequel has been an ongoing live service game for almost 8 years as of the recording of this video. If you also take into consideration the first Destiny game, which was released September 9th of 2014, that is just over 10 years of Destiny for its hardcore fans. I'm not going to go into detail on all of its wins and losses. That would really require a separate video. Just know that both games have had multiple expansions released, DLCs, and with Destiny 2, even a shift from a paid product to a free-to-play game with microtransactions. Let's focus on Destiny 2, as it's the most recent and the longest running of the two games. By all measures, it's a successful live service game. But if you look at the Steam charts, the player base is slowly declining over time. Now, this doesn't take into consideration players on console platforms, but it's probably safe to assume that the trends there are probably similar to what we're seeing here on the PC side of things with Steam charts. And no, the game is not dead, it's not dying. But it is clear that a good number of players have grown fatigued with Destiny and its offerings. With the success of the Destiny franchise, other game developers and publishers wanted in on the profits of this gaming market sector. Off the top of my head, a couple of good ones that I can think of are the Division series 1 and 2, fairly successful, very different in theme and setting, but looter shooters nonetheless. Warframe is another successful looter shooter. It predates Destiny, actually. It still continues to do well. While visually it may have some similarities being a sci-fi game, its progression system is very different, and as a result is able to differentiate itself from Destiny. And of course, we also have some failures. Anthem was a big failure. I did not know this, but the servers were still running up until recently, actually. The servers are now going to be shut down later this year, so rest in peace, Anthem. Outriders had some huge potential. It did see some success initially. It should have been a great success, but it suffered from bugs and instability issues at launch, and a lot of players just sort of checked out when those issues weren't addressed in a fast enough amount of time. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League and Marvel's Avengers. It really comes to show that even with a strong IP brand behind it, in regards to those two games, DC and Marvel, both of those games failed to capture an audience. So without any other real competition, players who are fans of this genre don't really have many choices for an online multiplayer looter shooter at the scale of Destiny. Enter the Cube. Munfish are the developers behind Atomic Heart. They are working on the Cube, and its announcement has really come at the perfect time. The developers are expanding on their Atomic universe. Essentially, the Cube is described as an MMORPG style first-person shooter. The game is set after the events of Atomic Heart's 4th DLC. The game centers around a massive, mysterious cube that appears, drawing the attention of scientists worldwide as humanity's survival hinges on deciphering its secrets. I did pick up Atomic Heart during the Steam summer sale. I'm really looking forward to that experience and how its story sort of sets up the events of the Cube. Anyhow, according to Munfish CEO Rob Bagrachumi, I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, the Cube is not just a metaphor. It's a colossal, rotating structure with thousands of simultaneously spinning objects that occur in real time for players. This dynamic environment will feature shifting biomes and interconnected spaces, constantly changing gravity and traversal challenges, and will directly influence gameplay and tactical decisions. The studio views this as a significant technological breakthrough, being the first time such an environment is possible in an online game. To me, this sounds like the kind of shakeup we need in a looter shooter style game, and I'd even say this could be a technical marvel to experience as a player. Older looter shooters, the world always feels so static, and it makes most of the open world experiences feel repetitive. Beyond its unique setting and technical ambition, the Cube aims to offer something fresh and unique to gamers, drawing inspiration from titles like the Crysis series. Munfish is emphasizing exploration, character development, and storytelling, often prioritizing elements typically found in single-player experiences within this MMORPG framework. So this sounds like a large effort is being put into the sort of RPG side of things for the Cube. One of the strengths of Destiny is it truly nails the sci-fi opera epic style of storytelling. Let's hope the Cube can match in its storytelling, or maybe even do better. While specific details on its business model are pending, the game will feature dungeon-like zones, dynamic events, persistent progression, gear upgrades, powerful bosses, and regular post-launch support with new quests and content. These are all things that you sort of expect from this genre. What will really make them shine is the combination of the dynamic nature of the Cube, constantly shifting and rotating, changing environments paired with these dynamic events of progression you'd expect in a looter shooter environment. But one big takeaway from this is that the business model is pending. We don't know if the Cube will be a pay-to-play or a free-to-play game with microtransactions. Live service games can be either of these, but it could heavily influence how accessible and enjoyable the game will be. So I'm extremely excited for this title, and maybe you are too if you've gotten this far into the video. But I know I must remind myself that it is way too early to get overly hyped for the Cube. And I also want to extend that advice to you as well. We really don't have much to go off of at this time. Munfish are known for putting together amazing trailers that show their games extremely well. And while I haven't played Atomic Heart, the developers are clearly masters in pushing technology, art, and design to create a visually compelling experience within their games. Critically, Atomic Heart wasn't a Game of the Year contender. It averages a 70 on Metacritic and has a very positive overall Steam rating, recently actually hitting a mostly positive. These aren't bad review scores by any means. To me, this range means that it's a good game and it's worth playing. But I do worry that the Cube is entering the live service market. Whether it's pay to play or free to play with microtransactions, live service games, it's a tough market to penetrate and succeed for a long period of time. If the game struggles at launch, are the developers willing to continue supporting it to make it better over time? It's too common that we see developers, or most likely it's the publishers behind these games, they give up on the game before giving it a proper go, a proper shot at making it better. You really need to hook the player at the start. Your gameplay loops need to be polished, they need to feel sticky. There needs to be enough content for players to chew through before they get bored, or at least provide the proper delivery cadence of new content or events to keep players engaged. Either way, I'm rooting for the Cube. I've been missing playing with a group of my friends and experiencing a brand new world full of mysteries and amazing stories. Like, that would be so good. Let's hope that Mundfish can deliver with the Cube. So what do you think? Are you excited for the Cube? What do you think is the biggest challenge that the Cube will have in dethroning Destiny as the premium looter shooter? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with friends, and subscribe for more great gaming content. And if you're interested in watching more videos from this channel, check out this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.